What is good, guys? This is Summer94 again, featuring the high-grade 1144 scale double O Riser. It's double O Riser, not 00 Razor.
Hindi nagkamala yung 00 Razor. 00 Razor. 00 Razor. 00 Razor.
This is a bootleg kit, by the way. TT Hongli at that, so expect a handful of issues if you want to get this kit. My fingers were literally hurt during the process since there are literally parts where I'm required to either trim the pegs or shave off excess plastic just to snap fit everything. I was literally at the part where I was jamming my hands together to close up parts. Sometimes I successfully close them up, but not fortunate on some as well. If you see some parts of the kit that aren't that closed up well, yep, now you know why. For context, TT Hongli I think is the oldest bootleg brand when being compared with Daban Model, Huyan Model, and the like. I don't know any other bootleg brands older than TT Hongli. So in my experience, TT Hongli has the worst quality in terms of bootleg gunpla, especially in high grades. With that, just be careful with building with this kit. This will lead to a whole new experience in building model kits when compared to Bandai. One more thing, this is not the double O Riser with the Riser sword, so don't expect to have the GN Sword 3 here. TT Hongli copied this kit and not this kit, okay? Okay. The GN Quadruple O GNR... Jesus, why do they have these kinds of names? It's just double O Riser, okay? Double O Riser is a combined and mainstay form of GN Quadruple, not again, mainstay form of the O Riser in mid-season 2 of Mobile Suit Gundam 00. The unit is co-piloted by Setsuna F Seiei, piloting the 00 Gundam, and Saji Crossroad, piloting the O Riser. However, when combined, Setsuna can operate both units himself. This Gundam's real-life size is 18.3 meters, which is slightly larger than the Granddaddy Gundam, which is 18 meters tall. Being a high grade, the scale is smaller, so this kit is only 5 inches tall. Pretty decent height already compared to other smaller model kits like the Victory Gundam, the F91, and the Crossbone as well. For stickers, oh my, where do I start with this? Like I said before, stickers are usually quite hefty with high grades. Being a bootleg kit, stickers are worse, like a lot worse. I'm not sure if it's seen well in the video, but some, if not all, stickers are not aligned well in the pre-cuts, which ends up having a weird look. Plus, it's hard to remove the stickers from the actual sticker sheet. If you go full barbarian on it, the sticker might rip apart, so make sure to take care of that. The most noteworthy parts are the eye and V fin stickers. Both parts suck the most for me since the face or the head is one of the most important parts when looking into a model kit. The eyes don't even align that well and the V-fin stickers don't even stick that much. I badly want to paint this with a yellow Gundam marker and all I got was a metallic gold looking Sharpie, which is in my opinion a bit too dark, so I'm stuck with using these stickers. Looking into the arms and legs, the circular stickers are also not aligned well. Yes, it can be a deal breaker to most of you when getting a kit with stickers that have mandatory purposes such as the eyes, and for the double Riser's case, the stickers on the side of the arms and legs are quite mandatory as well. I said this before and will say this as much as needed. If you have the time, patience, and skill to just paint the part rather than using the stickers, go ahead and do it. I'm really not sure how people will do it, by all means. Go ahead. But if you're like me, you'll end up using stickers where you can substitute it with basic touch-ups. Okay, enough about the stickers. I at least know that this is pretty much a combination of the 00 Gundam and the O Riser. So let me just remove the O Riser first. Even without the O Riser, the 00 Gundam looks sleek already. Although I sometimes can't unsee the impression where the Gundam doesn't have any pants on. Now you can't unsee it. I don't know a lot about the Gundam itself since I never watched the anime. I even saw that there are a lot of manga spin-offs which are cool as well. I always wanted to watch the anime, but I'm too lazy and busy watching Cells at work. You guys watch that anime? It's fun. I actually bought this kit here recently, along with another kit that I'm planning to make a review on as well next year. It's a pretty fast transaction and well packaged. We'll surely buy there again soon. Looking into the model kit, the look is really accurate given that there are minimal color correcting stickers and the overall feel to it is faithful in the anime. The Gundam showcases a more fit or sleeker look unlike the original Gundam design, which is a bit blocky. Given that the Bandai version of the kit was released early 2009, you can expect that the kit has old engineering, but articulation wise this is quite fascinating. But adding the fact that the one I have is a bootleg kit, there are noticeable differences where some parts are too loose or way too tight. I can assume that this bootleg kit was also released way back even before I got into Gunpla, so you can just imagine the issues that anyone might encounter. With that in mind, let's look into it a bit closer, shall we? Being a TT Hongli brand, the plastic quality is B to C tier in my taste, which shows that the building experience is poor. As I mentioned earlier, my fingers really hurt due to too much sanding, shaving off parts, as well as snap fitting them. The surface shows a low quality plastic feel where if you touch it, it has a rough feel to it. I can't find the right words to describe it except saying that you know the plastic quality used by TT Hongli has low quality. Panel lining opportunities for this kit are not a lot, and I tried to be minimalistic with it since it's hard to remove the excess lining on some parts. I did notice that the lining literally bled inside the part of the plastic, and I have no way to remove that besides painting over it. Here's an example at the back of the knee and one of the binders. Either you panel line the kit and hope it doesn't bleed through, or don't panel line it at all. Color scheme is quite accurate with the blue, red, and yellow mostly on the torso while keeping the base white color. Although the more I look at it, the color is quite desaturated compared to the original color scheme. If I'm not mistaken, the blue, red, and yellow should be a bit more vibrant, while the beige looking joints should be darker if not replaced with gray. I'm not sure if this is just because it's a bootleg or the double riser model kit itself has this desaturated color scheme. Overall, I kinda wish the design on the legs has blue parts as well, which can be seen on the 7 Swords version, which balances out the blue on all limbs, since I really can't unsee the Gundam without having any pants. The shoulder armor and the forearm being blue kinda require the Gundam's legs to have blue parts as well. I don't know if it's just me, but okay. Shelf presence for this kit is up there. This will tower over other slimmer kits due to the Gundam's wide appearance. Looking into the surface even more, nub marks are quite hefty, which is unfortunate since it can be bothering for some. A quick sanding or usage of a hobby knife can smoothen out the surface. Be careful with the blue parts since stress marks are more noticeable there. Stability of this kit is good. Most parts are tight, sometimes tighter than my liking, which keeps the kit stable. For the parts that tend to be way too tight, I sand them, but sometimes I end up with the part being loose, such as this part in the binder. The parts that bother me most of the time are hip connections that are flimsy, the front skirt tend to get loose if not fixed in the right position, the binders are way too tight, which is why sometimes when I remove it, it hurts my fingers. I tried to fix it by sanding down the peg, but make sure not to sand off too much since it might end up not attaching that well anymore, which is worse. What's funny is when looking into the O-riser, the binder is too loose. I don't know why. For the gimmicks, the biggest one would be the O-riser attachment. You just simply remove the binder and fold the O-riser, which shows a small peg that can be attached at the back of the 00 Gundam. The binder attachments are then rotated to show two oddly shaped pegs that can be clipped on the side of the 00 Gundam. You can then rotate the side fins a bit if you'd like for a slightly different look. And there we go! Gimmicks aren't that much when looking into the 00 Gundam since it only showcases weapon storage capabilities, and when you add the O-riser, similar gimmicks for the accessories will be available. Speaking of accessories, we got two GN Beam Saber handles. Yup, just the handles, no beam effects. I know we're off to a bad start, but the next one will make up for it, which is the GN Sword 2. You got two of these, by the way. There's an additional attachment as well to turn it into a double-bladed staff. I'm honestly not a fan of it since the process of changing it is tedious due to replacing the handle itself, but it's a great addition. You can then turn these swords as well into GN rifles. One issue is that the kit doesn't really hold the rifle mold that well. You get two GN shields which can be stored on the back of the forearm. The blades can be slightly extended if you'd like, and the shields can be combined to make a larger one. And finally, one extra open left hand to be used for dynamic poses. What's funny here is that the extra hand already has its own hand cover. Really, Bandai? How come this old kit can provide a separate hand cover unlike some of the IBO kits? I almost forgot that this kit came with a stand. Yes, quite surprising honestly. What's fucked up though is that the angle of this stand is weird, so if I put the double riser in this kit, it's looking up. What the hell? Before I forget, you can actually store the GN Sword 2s on the side skirt, while the GN shields can be put on the binders. With all of the accessories mentioned, which weapons do you prefer posing with this kit? I personally like to pose this kit with the GN sword separately rather than using the double-bladed staff or rifle mode. But if you like to use the open left hand, you can pose it with the staff or any accessory honestly. The Gundam looks best when on a stand. I think my stand peg just warped, which is why the angle is so weird. But if it's really meant to be like this, just add something below it to adjust at a certain angle of your liking. Or just use an entirely different stand. Since most of the accessories can be stored on the kit, I'm left with the open left hand and the attachment to make the GN staff. That is honestly cool, at least for me. Moving on to the articulation, the head can rotate and move forward and back, look up and down. Shoulders can also rotate with the arm itself, arm goes out, a bicep rotation, a normal elbow bend, a slight forearm bend, ball jointed wrists, torso can rotate, Front skirt is on a ball joint, but it's not really necessary to move. Side skirts are on a half barbell jointed polycap. Hips are on a peg and hinge as well, which can kick forward, side, and back decently. Splits and wide stances are possible for this sleek Gundam. Legs can bend this far along with a nice armor separation on the knee. Feet can have this magnificent pivot as well as go up and down. The joints are great in this kit. Before IBO kits came, I think double kits were king in terms of articulation. There are really no bad joints honestly, there are just some plastic parts that almost broke the polycap joints due to having uneven sizes. I think the polycap joint on the torso actually cracked open when I forced it to be attached on the waist. Overall, this kit is okay. The downside with the kit itself was that it didn't have beam effect parts for the GN Sword 2s, and there was no GN Sword 3. I think GN Sword 3 was the best weapon 00 Riser had if I'm not mistaken. I actually want to get the 7 Swords version since it has blue parts on the knees. My original plan was to buy this and the 7 Swords version, but realizing that building 2 00 Gundams might burn me out, so I just picked one first. I ended up with this one to buy first since I like the symmetrical look of this kit. After I get the 7 swords, I'll use the legs of that kit and post it with the Buster Sword. Imagine the shelf presence of that once I get it. My fear is that the 7 swords might have a different color saturation than this one. Hopefully not. Anyway, looking at the kit, as the bootleg stickers are the worst with TT Hongli. As much as possible, don't use the stickers unless there's no choice. You'll still be rewarded with a decent model kit. It's just that the building phase is the painful part, so just be patient, take your time, and don't build the kit in just 2 afternoons so your fingers won't hurt. I know some of the collectors of Gunpla tend to consider the building phase as half or more than half of the experience by enjoying it, so it's purely understandable if you want to avoid bootleg kits. Just buy the original one, but with the GN Sword 3. That kit is a lot better of course. Finally, is this kit worth buying for every kind of builder? Nope. If you have time, patience, and skill to build a bootleg kit as well as expecting a slightly hassle experience and are okay by it, by all means go buy this kit. But if you have the money to buy the Bandai version, you will surely have a better experience. So that is it guys, I hope you liked the review. Review releases will slow down since the break is almost over and I'll be busy again by 2021. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Go check out my other videos such as me streaming, uploading edited gameplay videos, not in English though, and hopefully back to vlogging too. Alright, see ya, peace!